Hello, everyone, and welcome. And thank you for tuning in to Health Leaders, the place for peer-sourced and solution-focused insights for healthcare executives. My name is G. Hatfield, and I am the CNO editor for Health Leaders. Today, we are speaking with Nikki Graham, who is the Vice President of Nursing Clinical Practice, Innovation, and Education at OSF Healthcare, about OSF Innovation's new nursing fellowship. So, hi, Nikki. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for being here. I'm really excited to talk about this fellowship today. As we know, there's a lot of fun innovation happening in the nursing education partnership space, and nurses are always trying to learn and grow. So this is a great topic. So for CNOs who want to make the case for innovation, first and foremost, why is innovation important at the bedside in nursing, and why is it critical that nurses themselves are involved in it?
Yeah, great question. So I always consider nurses at the bedside the experts in care. So they're actively engaging. They really understand what works, what's not working, and why it's not working, right? And so they often see nursing practice situations and have solutions in their head and think it would be better if, but they don't always really have a well-defined or easy conduit to try to define the problem in a way that solutions are obvious or understand the pathway to make the change.
Mhm.
So that's why bedside nurses or frontline or clinical nurses, whatever we want to call the nurses who are actually doing the care. And and so that's why, I mean, a lot of times as leaders, we're looking for innovative solutions, but I think that they're already there. We just need to engage the right people.
Mhm. Absolutely. So tell me about the Nursing Innovation Fellowship. What's the primary goal?
Yeah, sure. So the primary goal of the Nursing Innovation Fellowship is to develop peer coaches.
Mhm.
So the peer coaches both coach practice and help to improve practice at the elbow of nurses who are working, but they're also to help coach innovation. So to understand all of the steps along the way, to get an idea to fruition, to work it through the innovation steps. So they not only, think about their practice, challenge their thoughts and challenge how to make things better for themselves, but they're coaching their peers and they have a unique view of their peers' practice. So they can question and bubble up some of those ideas that come up from their peers as well.
Absolutely. So, and we're going to circle back to the peer mentorship in a
Yeah.
moment, but what are the qualifications that nurses need to enter the program, and how is the program structured?
Yeah. So last year was our pilot year, and we have 5 innovation fellows from last year, but we have a new cohort this year.
Mhm.
And bless them because it's no easy task to get in. First of all, you have to be an expert in your field. So
Mhm.
we want them to be, at least 4 or 5 years down the line and have some pretty good outcomes. Be seen as from their leaders' viewpoint as exceptional nurses and
Mhm.
good, influencers. They write an essay that's
Mhm.
at least 1,000 words on why they want to be in. They get a recommendation from their chief nursing officer. Then they sit through a panel of nurse leaders
Oh,
for
wow. Okay.
selection. Yeah, so it's and in order to be chosen, right, they have to be really excited, but they also have to be flexible because
Mhm.
we ask a lot of them. They work in a shared role, so they still work 2 shifts
Mhm.
a week, and then the rest of their time gets broken up into different, the 12 hours a week into different requirements, different requests. The first year has a lot of education and a lot of offerings that
Mhm.
they need to, be present for. And then, so we need a lot of flexibility, not just enthusiasm, but a lot of availability.
Mhm. What are some of the kind of softer skills that you look for when looking at candidates to admit to the program? Is it like good communication? Like, talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes, so good communication. I'm excited about nursing, really
Mhm.
excited about the opportunity to improve practice and to make change. But some of the fun things that we look for, When they ask for specific details and we say, great question, we're not really sure, we'll figure that out along the way. If
Hmm.
the response is, yeah, then that's what we're looking for, right? If the
Hmm.
response is, but I need the details, then we might want to explore a little bit more. But we're looking for the people that are really excited and are okay stepping into the unknown.
Hmm. Absolutely. And so to circle back to the peer mentorship,
Yeah.
what made you make the decision to go that route? Why is peer mentorship important in nursing?
Well, we trust our peers when we're looking to improve something, or if our peers say, hey, I'm doing it this way, and this is what I found to work for me. I don't know
Hmm.
if you want to give it a try, but you might. You'll trust that a lot more than someone who's not doing the work, who's trying to tell you how to improve and be better, right? So they have a unique view. They're supportive. They have a supportive approach, and they're doing the work. It's
Hmm.
very easy to trust somebody who's doing the work that you see doing it well
Hmm.
than someone who, maybe did the work 10, 15 years ago, like me.
Absolutely, yeah. And things have changed in nursing as well
Mhm.
too. So, people closer to your, stage of your career are definitely going to have a more shared experience.
Right. We get them ready. We do our curriculum is pretty robust.
Hmm.
We have coaching where they come into the simulation lab and work with standardized participants and really work on coaching. They give each other advice on coaching. We spend a lot of time on coaching, in addition to their 8-week innovation course and ethics and teaming and healthcare data literacy, EVP quality. They get an awful lot of education, but we spend a phenomenal amount of time on coaching because that's kind of the crux of the role.
Hmm. Absolutely. So, do you have any outcomes that you'd like to share from the fellowship so far?
Well, that's a really it's a great question because I look at outcomes in two different ways.
Hmm.
We did a huge implementation last year where the Innovation Fellows came alongside of leaders and
Hmm.
helped on med surg units across our organization,
Hmm.
and they coached practice and were able to improve patient experience scores and to decrease patient harms just by the coaching of basic nursing cares. So
Hmm.
their peer coaching of practice has its set of outcomes that were pretty astonishing. But then on the innovation piece, just at the end of a year, which they spent a lot of time learning, and now we're kind of reaping the benefits of that. But we already have one product on the market
Oh,
for an
wow, cool.
innovation. We
Hmm.
have one improvement in nursing practice across the organization that made a huge difference. And then we have several innovations in prototype development right now.
Hmm.
So it's been a little bit, or maybe a lot, bigger than we ever thought it would be, our
Hmm.
outcomes. So we're really excited. I like to say that I'm cautiously enthusiastic.
Hmm. Hmm. I like that term. I might steal
Yeah.
that one from you. Yeah, well, it sounds like it's working. It sounds like great work is being done. So, congratulations. It's quite an achievement.
It's
Yeah,
taken a
so
village. It's
yeah,
taken a village.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like, there
Hmm.
are so many departments and people across the system that whenever we said, hey, will you do this? Will you help with this? Will you teach this? Will you, mentor this? Everybody has overwhelmingly said, oh, yeah, how fun. Absolutely. Like,
Hmm.
no one has even hesitated. So that has everything to do. My leadership, like, rolled out the red carpet and said, do it
Hmm.
and have fun. And that kind of support is what it takes. So if a CNO needs to
Absolutely.
know anything, the whole organization needs to wrap around it for it to be successful.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the perfect segue to my last question for you is talk a little bit about what makes this fellowship program unique and how do you think other CNOs can learn from this strategy?
Yeah. I think what's unique about it is it's frontline nurses. There's a lot of innovation programs that really focus on leaders, which is necessary, right?
Hmm.
It's an but this is frontline nurses. To Again, everyone's all in,
Hmm.
all in. from healthcare analytics to the innovation to, everybody is coming to the table. And I think the unique piece is that peers are powerful influencers, right?
Mhm.
That's where the work happens, the grassroots at the point of care. So that makes it unique. And my leadership support, my one up, who's the system CNO, I
Mhm.
mean that the support that I get is incredible. And I think that's what really sets us apart. And that's why we've had pretty dramatic outcomes already.
Mhm. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to see where the program goes from here. And thank you so much for your time, Nikki. I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to get to know you a little bit and hear your insights. And thank you so much to everyone in our audience for listening. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.